right, welcome back to the War Room. Today we got our first guest, the Season 2 Prep Champion, Coach Drayton. How you doing, man?
Doing decent, always hitting the recruiting trails, looking for all the prospects that I can.
I seen you got two big ones coming in now. Kylan Johnson, Salamanca, and these names, they get harder and harder to pronounce.
Oh no, there's definitely been some names that uh I got a machete on me. So when I see a name that I don't know how to pronounce, I ask 4 or 5 times, how do you pronounce it? How do you pronounce it? Because my name is Assad, so I know exactly how people feel. I didn't had people call me acid before. I'm like, how did you? There's
That's
no
crazy.
way you looked at Assad and got acid.
All right, well, let's hop into it. We gonna talk about your team, Syracuse. So, first thing I want to know, you the Season 2 Prep Champion, like I said. You the number 6 prep team going into the last dance, and you number 3 all time in prep win percentage. What made you take the Syracuse job out of all the other ones that would have become available, and you would have been the front runner for?
I'm an East Coaster. I always want to stay close to the East Coast. Born and raised in New Jersey. Spent more time than I like to admit in the DMV.
All
Spent a
right,
lot of time in New York. I, I always, no matter what, I said my goal was to stay close home as far as college went. I would have the LSU's, the Houston's, the California, all that stuff. That's for somebody else. That's somebody else's dream. My dream was to turn the program around in my neck of the woods.
all right, hometown guy, love it. All right, you sticking with that beast of the East style of basketball, that team ball that everybody's come to love.
I mean, for the most part, yes, I'm gonna stay team basketball oriented. People probably won't see as much minutes as they did in prep basketball
Right,
purely because, yeah, at college level, some of these guys I'm bringing you in because you have pro basketball level talent, so you're gonna see the floor more versus in prep. Everybody's seeing the floor a lot because I want to make sure that these guys get a chance to show their talents so they can go to college. Versus now that you're at college, all the games mean a little bit more. The schemes are a little bit more complex, and we're gonna focus on making sure we can get guys to the league.
that's true. Love it. So you not guaranteeing no minutes for nobody coming in. You letting them know
Everybody,
straight up.
everybody, everybody has to fight. If you're getting outworked and demolished in camp, it's not like prep where I can understand. You're a sophomore now, so yes, you're the backup, but I'm allowing you to be the backup, even though you're not working as hard. Because when you come in, I'm expecting for you to give as much as you can. Versus now, hey, if a freshman is outworking a senior, the freshman has to play.
Great. I love it. You're not resting on your morals. Next thing. So this team is 0-20 right now. What is the biggest problem on the court that you see?
Uh, I don't think they have an actual identity. I think this is one of those teams where they have a bunch of players and there's not really like a conducive system. That it's like it's 10 dudes on a team and Coach Doris Simmons is in charge of lineups, and after that they pretty much figure out whatever they want to do on the court. There is no, hey, this guy plays this role. Even though he is the point guard, he's the person who's bringing the ball up the court. He only initiates the offense, or we're running the plays through him. I feel like they don't have an actual team identity. That it's 10 dudes that happen to come together every few days to play a game of basketball, and then once they're done playing the game of basketball, they don't interact, and there's not a conducive scheme. It doesn't seem like there's a rhyme or even a reason to the lineups that we've seen.
I feel the same way. I feel since Coach Simmons has taken over, they just throwing five guys out there and hoping for the best.
I mean, we seen a 7 footer at point guard. I
That was crazy.
mind you, he's never even been like a ball handler. This is not
Never.
this is
I
not
know.
Giannis bringing the ball up and you'd be like, well, Giannis. Well, he's not like a point guard or anything. You can understand he's bringing the ball up to initiate the play. No, bro, this is a spot up shooter at best. And they
Yeah, I
had
don't
him.
know what he got going on right now because
He,
he's wasting his talent.
he's definitely done some beyond head scratching moments at Syracuse.
So as you've already, the culture is a problem. They don't talk after the games. They don't seem like they hang out. They don't seem like they are friends, buddies, teammates, anything. How are you gonna change that once you get there?
One, I always try and think of like a team as like a family. Everybody got their role in their family. There's always that comedian, sibling, or uncle or cousin. And once you bring everybody together, you got to understand that there is going to be points and times where personalities don't mesh. But as a family, you got to understand we all got the same goal. And as a family, we all want to see each other make it. And that can't happen if we not a unit. Everybody got to understand that the goal is the goal. And I know people are putting these huge expectations on this roster that, oh, we didn't win a single game this year, but we'll probably win a 10 plus next. I'm not putting that on these kids. The goal next season is to establish culture that we are here to win. We are here to make a difference. But expecting big wins year one, I'm not gonna set myself or the kids up for that level of failure.
That's good. That's good that you thinking that far ahead because I don't think some of these last two have been thinking about these kids a lot. But with that, they have had two coaches that's led them to zero wins so far. So how are you going to build that trust with them so they know that you here for the struggles, for the highs, the lows, everything?
I mean, I hate to always bring up like my story as a coach because I feel like it's one that people love bringing up, so it's like redundant to hear. But I've been in their shoes. It didn't get to 20 losses, but when I first started coaching in SimWorld Prep, I started off bad as an understatement. I lost, I want to say, 5 games in a row. The media was questioning if I was the right guy to bring in. But I told my team even then, I'm like, hey, if y'all believe in me, I can believe in y'all. All y'all need to do is just have some grace with me as I figure this thing out. And because college basketball is different from high school basketball, I'm not expecting to come in and make an immediate difference and we just stomp everybody and everything's easy peasy. No, but I'm going to study all the opponents that we face back and forth until we know them like the back of our hand and try and put together schemes and plays and things that make sure that we're competitive. I feel like this Syracuse team shouldn't be losing games by 20 and 30 points because they have the
Absolutely.
talent. It's not like it's just, well, they're putting out a high school team against college kids. Nah, it's college kids against college kids. So ultimately, the goal is to put a lineup out that Syracuse can be proud of and that we improve upon that. I'm never going to stop hitting the trail as far as recruiting goes. And ultimately, and I'm not saying for a fact, but I say give it 2 or 3 seasons. I think we start to see exactly what I was talking about as far as building the culture and becoming a winning team.
All right, well, y'all hear that? Get if y'all give Coach Drayton some grace, he will get y'all back to prominence, Syracuse fans. Because after this, y'all need something, even if it's just a win.
I mean,
But
a winning season. If they win 3 games this season, I might be surprised. And
at this point, it's looking very bad. I don't. If they go zero, I don't know how they run Darius
it's
Simmons out the building.
0 and 30 is so crazy that I don't even think that's possible. So again, I believe Syracuse faces Wake Forest this Thursday. My fingers are crossed because I feel like they can beat Wake Forest.
That's one of them. Yeah, that's a shot. You got a shot there. I'm hoping they do because I don't want to see 0 and 30.
0 and 30 is to say it's crazy is being polite. Like not winning a single game.
Not by luck, not by skill, nothing. But anyway, before I let you go, I gotta know: is there any shot of bringing Keon Anthony back?
I tried to get in contact with Carmelo. That man is impossible to reach. Keon Anthony is off all social media as of right now. Been praying we could get him back, but if he doesn't come back, I'm not necessarily hurt. It's part of the reason why I was able to bring in LaJorian Tompkins. Uh, I think Abdul Salamanca appreciates that even with Keon Anthony being not being there, that I was like, hey, you're still gonna be our guy. That the players that I'm bringing in understand that rather if we have him or not, that we're still gonna be a functioning basketball team. While he's a heralded prospect and everybody loves him, we're still gonna be Syracuse without
Yeah, a lot of prospects you brought in to replace after Keon just
him.
disengaged from the college
Hey,
world.
it's not easy living in the shadow of a Hall of Famer, and
Not
I
at
think
all.
and I think that's why right? You coached Bronny, so you understand that when your father is literally a Hall of Famer, it doesn't matter how good you are. You get these comparisons, and that stuff can get to you, and it becomes one of those things where it becomes an impossible shadow to get over. That when your father is so great, even when you're great, people take away from you.
You're not wrong, especially LeBron, Carmelo levels.
Yeah, you're.
It's hard to live up to that.
It's impossible. What would they have to do? We watched Bryce have several breakout games, and then people would be like, "Oh, he's not as good as Bronny." Like he can't even make it out of his brother's shadow.
You're right. I would hate to come from a family like that, but hey, it is what it is. I think he's gonna do great things. Him, Keon, Bronny, they all gonna do great things, whether it's in basketball or just in life. They set up.
I mean, it's one of those things where if they fail, it's because they didn't try. I'm not going. That's all I can say on that.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's all I had to ask you. I'm gonna let you go.
Hey, I appreciate you inviting me on the show. It's been a fun time.
Hey, thanks for being the first guest. I had to go get the greatest prep coach of all time.
I don't know about all that.
It is what it is, but I'm gonna catch y'all next week.